Hello everyone, tired of the Terminator franchise? Want to have something that measures up to the first two movies? Want to have a movie that is set in the future war? Then buy yourselves Terminator Resistance. Hello everyone, on this gaming hour I'm going to be going over Terminator Resistance. Terminator Resistance is a video game that I've been wanting to play for a long time. I wanted to play it back in December 10th when it was supposed to be released in North America. Guess what? They postponed it till the 28th of January, and here's what sucks. They had a limited quantity of copies, so at GameStop you could only get it if you pre-ordered the game. This taught me a lesson about pre-ordering video games. I never thought I would have trouble finding a new video game, especially a licensed video game based on a popular movie, especially when there was Dark Fate that came out in November. Why was it so hard? Best Buy had it, Amazon had it, but it was way over list price. It was like $64 the cheapest. I did pre-order one at $59. Amazon postponed it for 2 months and then canceled my order the weekend it was supposed to be shipped. I was so livid, and I wanted to find a physical copy of this game. Well, with the addition of COVID, it complicated matters. So what I've been doing during this pandemic and self-isolation is I've been buying a lot of digital video games, probably more this year than my entire life, more than the last decade for sure, but I bought Terminator Resistance online on the PS4, and here's what I have to say. This is what a freaking Terminator film should be like. Terminator Resistance serves as a prequel to Terminator 1 and Terminator 2, so it's set in the future war, and I love the work that Reef Entertainment did and Taeon with this video game, the detailing. If you're a fan of Terminator, this is the video game for you. This is for the fans. It really is. There's certain continuity errors as far as like Perry's unit. It still is Perry's unit, but he's dead. That's one thing Dawn of Fate, I think, got more right. But I have to say, Terminator Resistance is probably the best Terminator video game I've ever played in my life. I played Terminator on the Sega with the arcade. I played the PS2 games of Terminator, and there's some great ones there. I played Terminator Salvation on PS3, and then this one is the best Terminator video game ever made. This is such an amazing game. It got mixed reviews, but don't listen to those critics, man. This is for the fans. And you play as this character named Jacob Rivers. He's with TechCom, and he's been targeted for termination. You don't know why. Meanwhile, there's a stranger who helps him along the way, and he ends up meeting a group of people. You have several romances, one being with Baron, your TechCom officer that's right under John Connor, and then another one is a scavenger woman you meet named Jennifer. She has a little brother named Patrick. Well, it's not really her blood brother, but it's basically her little brother. I love it. I love the details there. It's very adult. They do have homages to the movies, especially with the music. Big Buns is there. Robert Patrick has a cameo. You see why the T-1000 looks like that? It's because they experimented on TechCom soldiers. It gets pretty freaky, let me tell you. But I love the start of this game. This Terminator's after you for no reason. Your unit is basically decimated by endoskeletons. And John Connor, of course, plays a factor. You are of great importance, and this is right before they basically defeat Skynet and send the Terminators back in the Time Displacement Center. I really love the graphics of this game. People say it looks like a PS2 video game. You need to get your eyes checked. It looks fine to me. Yeah, it could be a bit better, but I love the gritty, dark atmosphere, especially when it's in downtown Los Angeles. It has the feeling of the James Cameron movies. And then during the day, it looks a little bit more like Terminator Salvation, because, you never really saw the daytime sequences in the original two movies, You only saw daytime like in the Sarah Connor Chronicles or when it came to Dark Fate or Salvation. So I find it interesting in that way. Pretty much this video game is what the opening of Terminator Genisys was, or the opening of T2. There's even some homages straight up that are taken from T2. I love the weapons, going from regular bullet machine guns, shotguns, pistols, to being red and violet plasma rifles. Such a great layout, and it's one of those video games that is challenging but fun. You also have a hacking feature that's pretty much like Digital Frogger. Thank God I played Frogger in my youth, because that really helped in the hacking device sequences, let me tell you, and it does get difficult at times. I love the different type of Terminators. You know, you have your early endoskeletons, you have the T-800s, and then you have like them with skin infiltrators with the miniguns, you know, like the Franco Columbo scene. I love the little robot spiders. You had like kind of more like the giant crab looking endos that were in Genesis. And then you have your hunter killer tanks and flying hunter killers. I love that. There's even some bigger like machines like the one in Salvation. Overall, it has a great array of missions and different enemies you can go up against. There's also outposts, things of that nature. The trophies themselves are very much for the fans. I absolutely love Terminator Resistance. And I repeat, it is a sin that this video game did not get a wider release in North America. It's a shame that you have to go buy a UK version or spend $79 to $100 for a video game that costs $39, if not cheaper, when it's on sale on digital. I played the digital copy, and I have to say, I hope to make a sequel to this or some downloadable content, because this is the best Terminator game. As a Terminator fan, I haven't played a really great Terminator game since T3 The Redemption and Dawn of Fate on the PlayStation 2. So yeah, this is, I repeat, the best Terminator video game ever made. I love it. It's just like the way Alien Isolation was, minus the frustration. It's actually enjoyable, and that final assault on Skynet is just amazing. I have to emphasize, too, the score, the music totally gets down to that Brad Fiedel score of T1 and T2, even with some T1000 themes. The synthesizers, the love theme is very much like the Sarah Kyle Reese love theme. Oh.
I just received intel from the 124th. They've located the central core.
This is the perfect prequel. As a matter of fact, in a world where there was no Terminator sequels after T2, I think the perfect T3 would have been kind of like the Underworld Rise of the Lycans route. They should have made a prequel that basically looped together the first two and took place right before the first two movies. So the ending of this video game is pretty much the beginning of Terminator 1, but from like Kyle Reese and Techcom's point of view. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And again, there's also choices you can make that affect the outcome of the ending. I mean, it pretty much has a definite ending. You're always going to have Skynet defeated, John Connor sending somebody back in time, sending Arnold T-800 reprogrammed. But Jacob Rivers has different endings, and the other characters' fates are also tied to your decisions. So it has that Mass Effect element. And speaking of like Arnold, I love it. They actually explain how the chip was reprogrammed for the T-800 that protected John and T2. Man, I absolutely love this game. I got platinum on it, and I've been playing it over and over. I'm about to play it for my third time. I played it 2 times. And yeah, to give it a score, a 5 out of 5 and an A+. I know I give a lot of scores like that on this channel, but I do emphasize this is an excellent video game and one of my personal favorite video games based on a movie, and especially based off of Terminator. If you're a fan of Terminator, you're a fan of films, first-person shooters, definitely download, or if you can buy it somewhere. Xbox One has cheaper copies. I got it for the PlayStation 4. Play Terminator Resistance any which way you can. It's also on sale on Steam. You may be able to get a better deal there, but yeah, it is a perfect Terminator game. It's basically the Terminator game and Terminator movie we all dreamed of. And I have to say, I love all of Terminator, but after the movie, I kind of needed this video game. And for one, John lives, so there you go. It goes back to Techcom versus Skynet. No Human Resistance versus Legion. No, it goes back to the square one conflict that was in the original first 2 films, and it feels like a spiritual successor to the James Cameron films. And yeah, what can I say? Anyway, those are my thoughts on Terminator Resistance. If you haven't played the video game, go ahead and play it. But if you have played the video game, let me know what you thought of Terminator Resistance. What are your favorite moments? My favorite mission is still that final assault on Skynet with the music and everything and the weapons. It's just like, yeah, you're ready to just obliterate Skynet. I love it. Such a great ending. That's probably my favorite moment. Let me know down in the comments below. You can also follow me on Twitch on the Dark Knight of Steel channel. I'm going to decide to stream more video games, and I have some levels from Terminator on there. I'll also upload it to my other YouTube channel, and then more here on this channel. But until then, you can also follow me at Fred Film Fanatic on the Stardust app, Instagram. You can check out these videos on my channel. And remember, there is no fate but what we make for ourselves. Stay safe and healthy out there, everyone. Till next time.